Welcome to Different Walks, Different Talks. So, obviously, I'll say this first. So,
Yep.
both of us, we got into Waterloo software engineering.
Sir.
And I just realized honestly, how hard it is today. I did some more research.
Really?
They take 115 people,
Yeah.
right, to the program.
Yeah.
And you think about the amount of high schools in Canada there is. There's like 1,500 high schools, right? So the chances of just one guy getting in there is like already 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
But then it's even slimmer because they give 20 spots to international students.
Actually?
Yes. So it gets down to 90 people into this program, and somehow we both got in from the same school and the same class.
Yeah.
Which is honestly I feel like that's literally insane. Like they must have
No.
done the thing where they blocked out everyone's school so there's no bias. Otherwise they'll be like, oh, we take 2 people from this school. That's not really fair because then all these schools don't have a spot, right?
Yeah. But don't they do the percent thing? Like they lower it based on...
Yeah, they also do that. Yeah. They do all of that. But there's a lot of people from schools trying to get into that. Sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So obviously, a lot of people, they laughed at me first. They're like, Ty Tinnish, he didn't really do much, Angus. How do you feel about him getting in? And I just want to say, people that do sports, a lot of people that don't do sports at a high level, I'm not going to call them out, but, there's some, they don't know, the grind for sports. I dropped out of, the tennis in grade 11. So my thought was I'm going to pursue tennis to a D3 level because there's some, good D3 universities, right?
Yeah.
So if you do D3, there's less than D2 for, really good programs, but D1 and D3, that's where you get the good unis.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, I'm not going in D1. I'm not that good. So D3, I was like, okay, if I work a little bit, D3 might be the pathway. But then I do it. I have the weirdest series of events. First, I get the dislocation in the arm. Then I get the ankle sprains over and over. And then my dad freaking wedged my finger into the garage door, the heaviest door when you come in. It was black. It was the worst pain I've ever felt. And right before a tournament. So I had to withdraw from a couple. So it wasn't going great. And then that was right at the first semester of grade 11. So I had to drive an hour to Hamilton to train with the guys there.
Yeah.
Some of them were really good. They were D2 level, D1 level. And I just joined right in there. They were fine with it. And yeah, it's a hard thing that people don't realize when you do sports and how much time it takes from you, academic wise. So how do you balance all that? What's your weekly schedule and stuff like that?
Well, like I said, I practice 4 days a week, and I go in 2 extra days just to get a lift in.
Yeah, right.
I have a spare this semester, so it's a little bit easier. I have a little bit more time, but still, it still takes up a bunch. But usual day, I'll go home, relax for a bit, and just get to my studies as quick as possible.
You can't waste time. The second you open up TikTok, 2 hours gone, and then it's practice, and then you come back, you're like, wait, I didn't do the physics.
I know, it's bad. So, I've had a lot of days where I'm staying up till 3, 4 a.m., getting stuff done.
Yeah.
But I always like to try and get my homework done first and then relax, play video games or whatever.
Yeah. And how long, how much time does the games and tournaments take away from studying? Stuff like that.
So
do you ever do some work when you're traveling and stuff? Do some homework?
No, on the road it's tough to do.
You can't really focus right with the guys on the bus.
Yeah, on tournaments. Actually, over the March break, it wasn't that bad because they had a little bit of downtime. So I caught up on math.
Oh, that's nice.
Or whatever I missed Thursday, Friday because I had to leave, right?
Yeah.
But in normal tournaments, there's not much downtime just because we're playing 1-2 games every day.
Oh, right.
We're doing team activities when we're not playing games,
Oh, right, yeah. Not gonna be sir, I need to study.
Yeah.
The baseball fellow's gonna hate you.
Yeah,
the sports people, they're you nerd, you're shut up.
The most of the guys I play with, they're planning on going to school for baseball, so they're academics. They don't really care that much about
exactly. All the guys there, my guys, back in tennis, Max, he was actually a junior grandmaster in chess.
Really?
Yeah. And then now he's on the nationals in the New Zealand tennis team. He was he's one of the guys there now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was actually quite good at studying. He's a rare case, actually. That's a bad call out. Jack McGregor and Flynn, I don't think their studying was that great, but they were really good at tennis, D2 level, D1 level, so they're really good. So a lot of the people that are really good at sports, they don't really have the time to do the academics, nor do they really want to. Some of them, they want to pursue it professionally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for baseball, how easy is it for you to get to like a professional level? Is it like
Easy.
an easier sport, or like how would you
No,
compare it to other sports?
like it's hard to compare to other sports, but I'd say in general it's hard. I mean, for any sport at a professional level, it's hard. Uh, I don't. It's hard to understand how much work you have to put in just to like be noticed by like
Like a scout?
a professional team. Like one of I'm trying to think of an example. So there's a guy who plays he's a year younger than me. He plays for Fieldhouse. He's really good, honestly. Like Robert O'Mitty, you look him up, he'll be there. He's honestly one of the best players I've seen, like at my age level.
Oh yeah. And no, not really recognized yet, but
No, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been to a bunch of like showcases and whatever. He's on junior national team, which is insane. That's like they only take like 20, 30 guys around the whole country, 07 and younger.
Yeah.
So, and he's on it as an 08, which is like crazy.
Oh wow. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Cheapest.
So, and he's also got like 2 more years of development before he goes. But like he's probably going to get drafted by an MLB team in a high rounds, or like signed. But like that's just like an example. Like he's really good, but he honestly might not even make it to like the MLB level.
I see what you mean. Yeah, right.
And it's just so hard because like honestly, it's hard for a scout because some of these kids, you can see their potential, but you never know if they're going to be great until like you actually get them and like until they are, or until they show you that like they're a disappointment.
All right.
But like
yeah,
like there's probably on average like one guy a year for Fieldhouse that gets like signed to an MLB team.
And how many guys are in Fieldhouse?
Well, I mean, there's let me see. On a team, there's like 23.
Okay.
And you can get signed from like the 17U or 18U team. So like 50 maybe ish, maybe less than that. So like one guy a year from there will get signed to an MLB team. And like since I've been there, at 14U, nobody has ever gotten to the professional level. In the MLB from Fieldhouse. But I mean, it's really like it's just so hard. Like,
wow. So yeah, baseball is like that sounds really hard. So would you say baseball is like slightly harder than basketball? Just to make the comparison, it doesn't have to be like the answer, just from your biased perspective.
I'm trying to think. Do you know how many people are on a basketball roster?
I honestly can't even tell you.
Okay.
I know there's more though, right? Because there's just different leagues in basketball.
Yeah,
at least you can go overseas for leagues. Is baseball just this league in here?
I mean, there's only one main league. It's only like the MLB.
Okay, so if you don't make it, then
I mean, you can there's a Japanese league, which is actually not that bad too. Like you can get paid pretty good there.
But that's about it.
Yeah, it's like that's it. And like on a baseball roster, there's 30 players, and there's only like 30 teams. So I mean, 900 spots.
900 spots. Sounds like a decent amount.
It's all right, but it's like 900 spots for.
But there's a lot of people that are there, and they're not going anywhere for like the next 5 years, right?
Yeah, so like there's also like just
that's the main thing. So it's hard for new ones to come in.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But there's old people in the game. Yeah, right. I would say tennis is harder than baseball though, to make a living out of. Because if you look at like if you're like number one here, like in like the city, right, or like in Canada, if you're in the top 10 in Canada, then it's like you gotta fight your way through the top 10 of every country that does tennis.
Oh, really?
And for the age group. And then when you go into ITF, and then you go into that ATP, pre-ATP, that stuff, you're fighting through all the age groups. So that's like the top 10 in your age group. First you're fighting the top 10 in your age group in Canada. Then you're fighting the top 10 in every single country for your age group. Then you're fighting the top 100 in every country because it's not by age group anymore. So you're limited to everybody. Yeah. And then the thing is, if you're in the 600s, if you're in the 900s for tennis, you're not getting paid at all. There's no team sponsor.
Really?
You're sponsoring everything by yourself. So if you don't do good on the tournament, you don't have that family wealth to back you up. Your tennis career is over. You're a tennis coach. So like for everyone a lot of people that goes to D1 tennis, a lot of them they end up becoming really high end like hitting partners. So they hit with the people that are good, and then they become tennis coaches. There's like it's so hard for people to go from D1 to like famous for tennis because even if you're in the 200s, it's hard to like get to the top, and there's only like the top. It's like the top 20 people get treated with all the respect, and everyone knows them to get the most money. So yeah.
So what would you say? Like, what's the line for getting paid? Like what place do you have to be?
I'm not too sure. I just know I can't really quote on my coach, but he told me before that he had a guy that cracked 100 or like 200 and something, but he ended up just playing a lot of small tournaments in like Thailand, and he lives there now and doing that. Because it's so hard because you have to keep up with all the guys, and you have to break through to the top guy to get all the like the treatment, right?
Yeah.
And to get like all the people that help you, like the massage therapists and like dietitians and all of that stuff. For for diet and stuff, do you track that stuff a lot?
I mean, I don't track it, but like I eat well, you know.
Yeah.
Like I really don't eat any extra sugar, that like candy or stuff that's just bad.
Yeah.
I'll try not to eat fast food. Awful.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if I can't do anything else, but like for me, like it's really dependent on your body. Like if you need to lose weight, like you're overweight, then obviously you gotta like eat better, eat less,
Right.
try to cut. But like as a baseball player, we're always trying to put on muscle. Like we're never like
so you're never in the cutting phase.
Not really. Like you don't want to have excess fat, but you also don't like want to be like below 180, like, and at the MLB level, like everyone's like 200, 225, like built.
Oh yeah, a lot of people say like, oh, baseball, it's an easy sport to go into. They're like, they're like, oh, there's some fat outfielders and stuff like that. Is that like a thing of the past? Or is that even true?
I mean, like it was more popular back then, but there's still some people today like
even a bit chunkier.
Yeah, like you search up Danny Burgers, you'll look at, actually even like Alejandro Kirk, Blue Jays catcher. He's a chunky boy, but like his hand-eye is just so good that, he's a good hitter.
You see, okay.
But honestly, like if you can hit the ball hard and you're fast, like that's really all you need. Like
there's not really other prerequisites. And
yeah.
Does height play into baseball?
What?
Height.
I mean, I guess like being taller allows you to build more muscle.
Yeah, okay.
But like no, you have guys like Aaron Judge who are like 6'7", who mash balls. But like you also have guys like Jose Altuve who's like 5'8", and he still hits bombs too. So like
it's not really a limiting factor.
No, it's not a limiting factor. No.
Okay. All right. Okay, Ty. So I nearly missed this thing. What the torpedo bat? I've done a lot of research on the torpedo bat.
Yeah.
To me, it seems like the rules to the bats are quite lax, right? Like it seems like the rules aren't that strict.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It's honestly it's strict, but it's not like they might have to change something after this. But
all right,
the rules are really just like your barrel can't be over like a certain width, and the length has to be a certain the length has to be in a range, and the weight has to be in a range. Okay. But other than that, I guess you could do whatever.
So is it fair right now, the torpedo bat?
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it doesn't break the rules. I think it's actually really smart what they
did.
Yeah, what they're doing, because it's all player preference, right? So essentially, how they've done it is they've analyzed where your average contact point on the bat is. Yeah, your where you hit the ball the most, and if it's a little bit lower, like an inch or so below the barrel, they
shift the barrel down.
Yeah, that's essentially what the torpedo is. They just move the barrel down
to where you hit it,
to where your average.
So what if you hit everything at the barrel, so you don't really need the torpedo?
No, exactly. That's what like so a lot.
So the torpedo bat is just to use to help people that are like that hit it funky.
Yeah, I mean, just hit it like a little bit more on the inside. Like like if you hit it on the barrel, there's no need to change. But like a guy like Ellie De La Cruz, he hits it a little closer to the hands. So he got the torpedo bat, and now he's mashing balls. He's like really good hitter right now.
And the torpedo bat, when did it come out? This year?
Yeah, I think they've been doing research a few years like before, but
I know the Yankees, they hired MIT researchers to research this stuff to come up with this. So yeah,
it's just been implemented though this year.
This year.
Yeah,
that sounds like such a how the hell did no one think about that earlier, right? Like
honestly, yeah.
Because in tennis, there's also a sweet spot when you hit balls and stuff, and when you get that like inside out forehand and you hit it and then you just throw the ball down like the opposite corner, the inside out forehand, you feel it. It's like a different feeling when you hit the sweet spot on the tennis racket.
Yeah.
Like there's no clang, it's just like the best feeling ever. So is that kind of the same thing in baseball?
It's like exactly the same. If you get it right on the sweet spot, you'll know. You almost feel nothing, and you just the ball just goes.
Exactly. It feels it feels like your arm is just like part of the racket.
Yeah.
And then I know for tennis they try to Roger Federer and stuff. Some guys their racket's smaller, so like they hit all their balls on the sweet spot, right? So and then my coach told me this before. You know, like the old grandpas, old ladies, they play tennis. Their racket size, their head is big as hell.
Yeah.
So their racket head is like a trampoline. So they just hit it and it goes over.
Yeah.
But like to practice for tennis people to get all their shots in the sweet spot, there's even a new invention. It's like a tennis paddle, but like the head is super small. Right. So like the head like of the racket is normally really big, right? The tennis racket, but then it's like shrunk so much smaller. It's like nearly a tiny bit bigger than the ping pong racket's head.
Really?
To just practice, so you hit the ball in your sweet spot.
Oh, practice?
Yeah. So you practice with that, so you hit all the balls in your sweet spot. Yeah. So I was surprised that no one really thought about this in like baseball sweet spot earlier, right?
I know.
It seems like such an obvious thing to do.
Yeah.
Shift the barrel down to where you hit it the most.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be something like that for like like gloves and stuff?
Honestly, no.
No.
I mean, like gloves are like easier. It's easier to control. But like what you're saying with the smaller rackets, there are like for gloves. There's like we train with smaller glove, kind of for a similar reason.
Cool.
You know, just to get like the feel of the hand more.
Yeah.
Like it's smaller, so you have to be more precise. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So infielders will do that a lot for training. So yeah.
All right. Now connecting this back to our majors that we're going into, software engineering. Mm-hmm. For baseball and stuff, do they have like tracker apps to track players and stuff? Is that like a thing that's been implemented?
Like what about the player? Like what?
Like I don't know. Like they do baseball stats, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So do they have some sort of application like app that like tracks like a specific player, such as you? Like if you set up a little GoPro and then it just like tracks everything and like records it into some sort of software for you.
I mean, you can like record it. I don't think there's anything that's been invented that like automatically like tracks.
Shouldn't have said on the podcast. Sort of gatekept that idea.
Yeah,
do you think that could be a thing in the future though with AI?
And we can do that.
Do you think that's a thing?
Honestly, yeah, I think AI could. If you get like
because it can analyze like patterns through games, right? If you feed it a lot of baseball data. Yeah.
Like if you get a video of the whole field you could probably make something that analyzes the data that like sets up like stats and stuff.
I know basketball they do that now, right? Basketball they do that now. Yeah. They analyze like. Well, I just know they analyze the really basics, right? But like I think now they can analyze it even better for a lot of sports to do this. Oh, for tennis, sorry. Yeah. Tennis, they analyze this a lot. They in the rounds now, they show you where they hit the double faults. So in a mid-game break, they show you everywhere where this guy double faulted, spots on the court. Yeah. And it shows you like the percentage of forehands they won, the percentage of forehands they lost, backhands they won, backhands they lost, percentage of serves they got, and then the speed of every serve, right? 100, 150, all the stats. And it's like honestly, it's like great as well. And even like they do unforced errors. So errors where you just lost because you hit a bad shot, and they do forced errors. So this is all like calculated during the game from this like software stuff. So they're not implemented in baseball yet.
Well, no. So not in game, but like
they have it like after, right?
Like there's if you're hitting in a cage off a machine, like there's stuff like it's called Rapsodo. So it's like it's a software that like basically tracks like your bat speed, like the exit velocity, your bat angle, launch angle. It can track like balls and strikes.
Yeah, too. Like a driving range.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it could do like bat speed. Like it's pretty cool. Like,
but that stuff hasn't been in game yet, right?
No, you can't. No? Like actually, I mean, they have like the stats in game, but they don't really like use it that much. Like
is it not useful? Or
like it's kind of just to show like like if some guy hits a home run, it'll show like the distance and it'll show the exit velocity and the launch angle. And I'm guessing analysts use that for more important stuff than just like for the audience. But so actually, I do think it's in the game, but I don't think it's like
developed too much.
It's not like a video and then like a software analyzes it. Like it's like a bunch of different cameras everywhere that like you know.
Yeah. So I was thinking like in the future maybe. Do you think like like young parents and stuff, like I know that the parents, they really love, like they care about their kids like sports and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll like do it, like they just set up a little GoPro and then they can analyze your kids' games?
Honestly, yeah. Like
I feel like that's a market. Like that's a market
in the future. Yeah, that's definitely something that could be possible.
Yeah. That's cool. That's an idea, right? In software engineering that we could work on maybe. So for software, how have you been preparing so far since that we both got the offer? You've got yours like recently. I've got it slightly earlier.
Yeah, I know. So, I haven't been locked, dude. I gotta I gotta get on the coding stuff. I gotta get on Solo and whatever.
Yeah, Solo Learn is something I use. Leak code and stuff. I've learned like slightly more now. Yeah. I was thinking that I could make like a shared drive, and all the guys get all their emails and then we'll all put it in and help each other.
For sure. That's good. Wait. Are you just learning Python?
I'm doing Python. I'm doing some C right now.
C?
And I'm going to do, because C is what they do first year for software engineering and computer science at Waterloo. They just do C. They don't do Python. But the thing is, like, they'll have these questions that you have to answer to get your like job applications in the future, right?
Yeah,
so you have to do these test sets. But the thing is, you can do the test sets using different code.
Yeah.
It's like a problem, you can use it. So the CS student told me, he just graduated 4 years. He said that it's good to know Python because Python's like easier to write to solve these questions. So I think it's good to like learn a couple at the same time.
Yeah. I should probably get on like C#.
Yeah, C. Yeah, right. And I'm gonna do some HTMLs too as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm build a little project, stuff like that. I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So one thing that I forgot to ask you about. For like, how do you have the time that you do the sports stuff and the academics? Because your grades are not bad, right? Like,
not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not bad for like. I mean, physics you have 99, and math you're not bad at all. And English and stuff is like you need like some sort of tutor for English, right?
No, I'm chilling.
Yeah. Okay.
Physics is down to 98. Yeah.
That's fine. 98 physics is not even that.
Bro, I had 100. I had 100 until like the energy test.
The energy. What's the energy test?
I don't know. I got like 92 on it. Just whatever though. That's 98 is still really good. And my grades are all right. I think my lowest mark right now is English, 90. I took that for I had it first semester.
Yeah.
With Mr. DeMello. Like.
Oh, Mr. DeMello.
Dude, we did like 5 assignments all year, bro.
Yeah. Right.
But honestly, for me, like I'm not an English person. 90 is really good for me in that. But other than that, like 97 advanced functions.
Yeah. So how do you have the time like to do this and like your music? Because like how much like you do a lot of music too now?
Yeah. I just like to fiddle around with music, but like it's tough. Like I really just try and get my homework done. And if I have time, like I'll play the guitar or whatever. But
mess around at FL Studios.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just make beats when I'm doing homework because I'm bored. But
yeah, that's something I never got to. I always go on FL Studios and then I can't do something and I quit. It's like I should really commit more time.
I gotta download FL Studio. I don't even have it. I use Sound. Oh, can I swear?
SoundCloud? Yeah, you can swear. Actually, it's fine.
All right. I use Soundtrap.
Soundtrap. Oh.
Which is like it's awful.
Okay.
I gotta get on. I need to ask Ashwin to get me FL Studio.
I have FL Studios on my computer. Him and Miguel came on.
I know. I just don't know how to like
download it. Yeah, right. If you vibe with this combo, drop a like, leave a comment, and hit that sub button. We'll catch you next time on Different Walks, Different Talks.